feels good. We were talking about it last time, right? The nature of food addiction. Man, I remember it like it was yesterday, even though it was like 10 years ago. We were outside, it was cold, it was Cali. Our breath, you could see it, it was cold. Here's my guy Errol, huffing and puffing, coughing up a lung, struggling to breathe. His hands, right? They're like bear paws. They're shaking violently. What caused this entropy, right? This chaos, this near-death experience? 20 rows with the blue resistance bands. 2 sets. 2 sets, and the man was going cardiac on me. Why was it? What was it about his lifestyle that got him to this point, right? Was it something he could change before? As bad as I felt for Errol, it was also a time for him to wake up. It was a time for him to understand that the way he'd been living up to that point, drinking glasses of wine every night, smoking multiple cigarette breaks throughout the day, getting home and pairing those glasses of wine with fast food, nightly, week work excursions where they're eating tons of delicious high-end food, all of that was leading into this kind of globule, this stew of addiction. Maybe you've seen the movie Requiem for a Dream. Well, that movie's interesting because throughout you'll see that the characters are doing the same thing, but it's just getting worse. The results are getting worse even though they in their minds are doing the same thing. Well, that is kind of what we talk about when we're dealing with addiction. Maybe even it's food addiction, right? It's doing the same thing every day and the results are getting worse. Can you call eating an addiction? I've met quite a few people, not just Errol, who do. They'll argue. When I get done with something super hard or arduous, the one thing I crave, right, is a triple pasta dripping with, cheese, butter sauce, a whole extra large pizza to myself. Nothing hits the spot better. Hormonally, right? These reward centers are close within our circuitry, so it feels good to eat like that, but also just a function of doing something good. You want to reward yourself. Well, does that pathway lead to something like addiction? We defined it. Anything that is repeatable, makes you feel good now and crappy later, that's probably addict stuff. And yeah, it can be with food. So what do we do, right? What do you do? What do you tell those people that you care about when they're telling you or you see that they're repeating the same crap over and over again? Well, you gotta snap them out of it. You gotta take them outside, right? You gotta let them walk through the cold air and see, right, the breath in the wind and say, hey, these are the things that are getting you to the same result. What are we gonna do to change it? What are we gonna do to change it? And it doesn't even have to be an answerable question, just a rhetorical one to get the gears rolling. Once that happens, change can occur. With Errol, after that moment, he pledged to me that when he starts something, he finishes it. And so it became this turning point for him. What's your turning point? And how are you guys gonna get there? If you need advice or know someone that's going through it, get more at coachjohanscscs.com. You can look up more resources there. Until then, guys, take care.